Best believe I am a weeb. I would love to visit Japan. I would love to live in Tokyo, if only briefly, because you never know if you really want to live somewhere until you've spent some actual time there, like at least a month, maybe more. Like even a month isn't really enough to tell. But I would love to go to Japan for sure, especially Tokyo. I love cities. So yeah, some random day, I saw Dragon Ball Z before it took off somewhere, somehow on TV. And then some years passed. I moved to Oklahoma. It's a real small town out in the middle of nowhere. And, excuse me. And yet again, another morning, I wake up real early one morning. It was like a Saturday, wake up at like 6 or something. Just naturally woke up, went to the living room, turn on our little CRT, a cathode ray tube television. Well, that's more the closing sound. It's kind of hard to emulate the turning on sound. Turn on the TV, and it's on, I think I go over to maybe like UPN, because sometimes in the mornings, if you get on early enough, they would show cartoons. And before that, they would show like kind of more like adult cartoons, like Cartoon Court, whatever the fuck it was called. The people who made home movies and then later Bob's Burgers, they had some show, Science Court. It was this show called Science Court, presented in Squiggle Vision. I would like hop on and watch that because that stuff, it entertained me. But this one morning, and I think it might have been on UPN, I turn on some show and it's another like a Japanese animated show. And just the artwork is so fucking cool. I have no idea what was going on. It was like some kind of sci-fi thing. It seemed like it was like a black and white scene with like streaks of red for blood or whatever. And these people were on these like floating things. And there was like this chase through tunnels in the sewer. And I was like totally into it. I had no idea what the fuck it was. And then years later, we got satellite TV, and we never had like the paid, premium channels like Cinemax or anything like that. But once a year, there would be like a free week of Cinemax, Stars, Showtime, HBO. And I don't remember ever seeing this on HBO, but on some of the others like Stars and Showtime, maybe, they would have like a random thing in the wee hours of the morning when no one else but yours truly was awake. And they would have a little anime block showing like Macross Plus or something like that. And I had a VCR, so I would record those and just watch those over and over and over. And, I'd play on the Sega Dreamcast. I'd play this game called Shenmue, and it starts out you're in Japan and all this sort of stuff. And I started eating with chopsticks really early. I've always liked Asian food, that kind of shit. And then, it never occurs to me. It just continues. I keep, trying to watch anime. There's more access to anime now than there's ever been, which I think is great. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people and people I've been in relationships who just roll their eyes in anime. And it sucks that they are unwilling to give a chance to that medium, because there's a lot of really, really good stuff, like genuinely good stuff. I say like on par with prestige TV, like Sopranos and shit like that. And yeah, it's its own thing. It has its own characteristics, but there's a lot of amazing storytelling and artwork, stuff that is really enriching that people are missing out on just because they're like, ew, anime? No. And that sucks. I think that sucks, but maybe it's for the best, because maybe if the normies did get into it, they would ruin it. They would ruin it. So I guess gatekeep, gaslight, girl boss, keep weeb shit special. Keep it weeby, I guess. But the thing, the moment that it really sunk into me is, let's see, like at the end of the year, I was watching Chainsaw Man, right? And it kind of got me on a kick because I've been looking for some kind of anime. I'm always watching like at least one a year, you know? And Chainsaw Man I really liked. It's really good. I haven't read the manga. I don't think I've ever read a manga. Never had access to them before and just never got around to it ever since. But at the end of December, around the end of 2022, I finished the Mass Effect trilogy. And I was like, I need a game now. I'm having fun playing games again. I mean, I'm always playing games, just sometimes I play more than others. But not to an extent that it's a problem. But I picked up this game called Persona 5. And it's a Japanese JRPG. And it's like a silly, it seems like it's just like a stupid anime game. It's one of the longest games I've ever played. I think I'm near the end of it. And it's great. It's fucking great. I mean, the story went from spoiler alert for the next next 30 seconds from when I say the word quote unquote. Now, that's not it. That's not it yet. There'll be a slight spoiler here, but starting now. Persona 5, first mission, get to school on time. Final mission, kill capitalism. Okay, that's the end of the spoiler. It deals with fucking Jungian psychology, archetypes, cultural hegemony, or hegemony, however it's said, and all the, like abuse, the way, you know, power lends toward abuse, how power can, you know, distort a person's heart and reality and everything. And it's just fucking awesome. It's really fucking good. And you get invested in these relationships you have. And then I started watching some other animes. I've been watching this one called Monster. It's fucking great. It's like a psychological thriller, and it is so fucking good. A brain surgeon. Came out like 2004. Dr. Tenma, brain surgeon, a Japanese man living in Germany around the time of the fall of the Berlin Wall, hunts down a young man whose life he saved when the young man was a little boy. It turns out this person he saved is a genius psycho killer, right? Serial killer. And that's just a start. And Tenma vows to go out and take this person's life to try to right this unintentional, questionable wrong. It's so fucking good. And, you know, at a certain point, like in the middle of the past 3 weeks, it really clicked for me while I was playing Persona and thinking about Monster and the other animes I've been watching. Man, I really am a fucking weeb.